Hi guys, my name is RoseBlue and welcome to my very first sketchbook tour. The sketchbook I used is from Moleskine and it's my second one, as you can see by the number in the corner. The first one is for later, so let's get started. To start off with, I really was very much into playing Overwatch back when I started this sketchbook. I still do play it, not as much though, and Mercy is and will always be one of my favorite characters. So I thought what better way to start off this sketchbook than to draw Mercy in one of my favorite skins and add a touch of color. I really like drawing girls' faces. You'll be seeing a lot of those in this sketchbook. And this one's a random face, and then this one is based off of a cosplayer called Ravenstar, who is awesome. And it's actually her original character from a Dungeons & Dragons group she's in. And I just really loved the design, so I was like, I'm gonna draw this! So yeah, there's that. There's a random face and a sketch design for a character that has no name. And I really like doing line arts. See this, whenever I don't know what to draw, I'll end up drawing girls, pretty girls, or, you know, girls with wings, and this is one of those instances where I really didn't know what to draw, so I ended up with whatever this is. I'm not really a big fan, but hey. These are some random patterns that I doodled, like, I always end up doing that, and then this, I used my watercolors for the first time in this book, and I just love the pop of color that it gives, and it's really messy, but I like that. This is my cat Genji. She's cute, she's precious, and she was laying on the bed and I just had to draw her. This was around the time that Game of Thrones was still really good. Had this awesome dragon that came back from the dead. I'm sorry, spoilers, but not really. And I just really, really love this one so much. And I also like that one. This is another girl with curly hair. You'll be seeing a lot of those. And then I also got these gold markers that I wanted to test out, so I drew like wings. And I really liked what it looked like, and you might see more gold later on. This is a sketch I think I did while I was on the train going somewhere, which back then I had to do a lot of traveling, and so I drew a lot while I was on the go. And then I came home later and I thought, this looks like a character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I had no reference. And then there's a teddy bear and a totodile in the other page. Around this time I saw videos of someone drawing Pokemon by memory, and so I decided to do that too, but I didn't really like how it turned out, especially like the Pidgey line. I'm like, what did I do? So I redrew them on the same page, and then on the next page you'll see some more of those, and I like them better, but at the same time I was like, I'm not gonna actually like finish these or do anything with them, so they were a fun exercise, but other than that I ended like around Centro, I think. These are some sketches for outfits, and because I also do cosplay, so sometimes ideas for outfits end up in sketchbooks like these. And I never actually finished this outfit. These are some color swatches, and I guess I was trying to figure out how to make a cape, like what parts come with it, and this is not how you do that, but you know, it's in there now. And this was when Inktober started, but this is Inktober of 2017, so imagine how long ago this was. And the first prompt was Swift, and so it's a Sylveon doing Swift, which is a move. So there's that. And then here's I think it's a Noibat with Screech, and whenever I didn't know what to do with the prompts, I would just like go to Pokemon, because you can always fit Pokemon into any prompt you want. And then this one was Divided, and I based it off of a character from American Horror Story, which is awesome. Yeah, it's from Freak Show. It's the lady with two heads, and it's so good. I really liked it. This prompt was poison, and what else do you draw with poison but Alice Cooper? Like, period. We have Shy, and then this one is funny. It's Sword, and I based it off of World of Warcraft's Frostmourne from the Lich King. And there's actually a speech bubble up there that talks about, for you non-Dutchies, it says, you know what would be a nice gift? See, I have this lovely boyfriend of mine, and we go to these fantasy festivals where they sell replica swords of games and shows and movies. And they sell Frostmourne there, and it was there. And every time we passed it by, they would keep saying, "You know what would be a nice gift?" And I ended up caving in and getting it for him, but as a surprise, so yeah, it's really cool. It's now hanging above our desk, so. There's an empty space here, don't look at it. But there's also a TARDIS, and what sketchbook goes without a TARDIS? You know, like, you have to have at least one of those. This, I think, was another blank page, and then a prompt for Inktober, based off of a video clip from Lindsay Sterling, from Shatter Me, I think it was, and I kind of like it. I like the hand. More emptiness and some color swatches for some markers that I got around this time, and yes, you can see they bleed through a lot, but I do like them a lot, and it makes it look so colorful. These are some swatches. I guess I was looking for a nice color of blue. I don't know what for, because I don't see any blue in the next page, but you know, this is fine. This Magneton, I really love this Magneton. I like this sketch so much. So there's that. And then there's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Reading is hard. I like drawing faces. I like drawing anything that's like, you know, sticking out of faces. So I like this combination. And then the sketch over there is like a weird hybrid of like Mewtwo and like the robots from the Titanic episode of Doctor Who. And the gold marker makes its return. And then there's a random face that I also really like. Whenever I really don't know what to draw, fishies, it can also be a really good like inspiration, because they come in all shapes and sizes, and you can do whatever you want with them. And this one is not the prettiest one, but I really like it. I think it's really funny. So yeah. Then there's a Lugia. It's not the only Lugia in this sketchbook. You'll see more of him later. This is another face. It's an elf girl, but I don't think it's based off of any existing characters that I've made up. It's just an elf girl. And then on the other side, we have a mashup of a Cyberman and Missy from Doctor Who. I was really, really into Doctor Who back then still. And it kind of, you know, faded away a little bit, my hype for that show, but you can still see it through in like some of the drawings that I did. So it's still there sometimes. And these are some more faces. I think I drew these while I was on the go somewhere. I don't know where, but you know, faces. I really like this one. And next up we have the dragon spirit from Spirited Away. And on the other side there is a sketch of my original Grey Jedi design. I actually made this outfit. It actually exists in real life, so I'm really excited about that. I really like this sketch. It's actually kind of a self-portrait, but it looks nothing like me, but you know, that doesn't really matter. There's a Cyndaquil, which is really, really cute. And then this is absolutely one of my most favorite bad guys from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's from Black Panther, and I just really like how this sketch turned out. It's not perfect, but I just love it so much. I love looking at it. I like it. This is another random face, and this is a Bulbasaur design. Oh, yes, no, the hair is really ridiculous. No, this is a Bulbasaur design that I really think is really cute. It's different. It's, you know, something else. This is an interesting page because at the time I was kind of figuring my way around making storyboards, and I didn't know how to go around it, and like I didn't know how many boxes I should have on one page, how many, you know, I didn't know, and so I made a sketch and I never used it. And then on the other side is some sketches for a design for a shirt that I made, which actually did get made. Well, talking is hard. So the shirt design is really actually kind of cool. On the next page you'll see Yes, flip that page. Yes, this is the finished design of a fish from Pokemon. We were hunting these for shinies. Well, we weren't hunting these, but we were hunting other shinies, and we kept getting this one. So we decided to make a shirt out of it, and we also made like an emote for Twitch out of it. So that's cool. Here we have some weird ass doodles with some new markers that I got, or some fine liners, I think, in this really like sepia colored color. Wow, words. And then yeah, these are just some like testing them out, and I do that sometimes, so nothing special. This is a lady with a snake, because sometimes you just have to draw some snakes. Sometimes you feel inspired to do so. So I did. And then this drawing I thought was really interesting looking back on it now. Like, I didn't even look at it. I didn't remember drawing this. But it looks so much of like Alita, Battle Angel. But that one, it wasn't even out yet when I drew this. So it's like really funny that looking back, it looks so much like her. Even though it wasn't on my mind at all when I drew this. So it's funny how that goes sometimes. Yes, spend an entire page writing a word and a heart, because that's what you do to fill up your sketchbooks. And then on the other side we have this like interesting floral design, which I don't hate, but I also don't love it. And then I don't know what I'm doing. Flipping the pages, it's really difficult to voice over something, but the audio for my microphone is much better than the camera that I used, so, you know, just enjoy my hand gestures for a moment there. Yes, this is me talking about how much I don't like this drawing, but I do. It's not hideous. It's fine. Yes, next page. Nice. Okay, this is actually based on a Pokemon as well. This is based on the Murkrow, and Murkrow is a really cute little burb, and I just decided to make like an outfit design on it, maybe potentially for a cosplay outfit, or not, you know. We'll see about that. But it's cute. I think it's cute. And this is, you can tell I was really uninspired that day because I just drew little doodles. This might have been on the plane ride to our holiday, like in Greece. This is definitely in Greece. There was a little girl on the beach that was really cute. And I thought, I'm going to draw her. And then I got reminded by the fact that drawing children is impossible. Like, to be able to draw children correctly, you have to have that anatomy down. You have to have that, you know, their facial features are just so much different. So it doesn't look very well. But it's fine, it's still cute. And then on the other side, like, while we were in Greece, I caught my first Absol shiny. It's my only Absol shiny, and it's just one of my favorites. Like, it's such a good, nice, solid red. And I just had to, you know, portray that in my sketchbook at the time, because I was so happy with my shiny. So I really like this drawing, and I like the markers that I use. I would bring this box of markers to the beach, and I would set it down next to me, and I would just cram some colors in there and swatch them, apparently. This is the start of some of my draw this in your style drawings, and this is actually my favorite one. Focus. Yes, thank you. I added some gold that you've seen before in the sketchbook, and I just really like it. It's really simple, but at the same time, like the little gold accents make it work. And then I tried to do the same again with a different drawing, and I just didn't like it as much. It's not bad, it's just not as good as the other one. And I don't know what I did with the bow, and there's like silver and gold in there. These are some sketches for paintings that I actually ended up doing on little canvases of the starter Pokemon. They're unfinished though. This is a sketch of an outfit that I was wearing that day, so it's like what I wore that day. And this is one of my favorite drawings in this entire sketchbook. Because it's so different, and because it's something that I wouldn't normally choose to do, and I remember seeing somewhere on Instagram someone drawing these really surreal faces, and I was like, I can do that too. And well, not like that, but I do like how it turned out. And then another one with like the little fishy swimming around her head. which I really like. And here we were in Elfia, which is a fantasy festival, as mentioned before, and we were discussing outfit ideas for, you know, future cosplays, and we landed on Sailor Moon outfits combined with Pokemon. So the next couple of pages are based on those, and those are, now that I think of it, I mean, it's gonna be awesome, but at the same time, it's quite ridiculous. This one is amazing. I'm sorry. I really like this one. This is Vulpix, and she's so cute. I really liked how this design turned out, so I ended up making a digital version of it, and I made some stickers and some prints. So if anyone's interested in those, you can hit me up, because I still have those lying around. But yeah. This is a penguin. This was around Christmas, guys, so we're gonna get some Christmassy outfits. This is another self-portrait of what I was wearing that day, and then this is another one of those portraits, but more cartoony, and I really like the socks, like they're so cute, and the shirt, like I have this really cool Deadpool Christmas jumper, and I love it. This is Ellie, and Ellie is our cleric. We have a Dungeons and Dragons group, and we're called the Glowing Nuts. And our cleric is like this really heavily religious lady elf who is awesome, and she really likes snails, so that's why there's a snail in the picture. And I just really like how this page turned out. I like the different versions of the same face, basically. And I put the symbol of Pelor in there somewhere, because that's the deity that she worships. This is a sketch for another Draw This in Your Style. I actually drew this onto a different piece of paper and added paints, and it turned out really cool. I really liked it. These are some swatches for some paints that I got, and then there's a cactus, because sketchbooks can't go without cactuses or cacti. I'm not sure. This is a sketch of a face that I didn't finish. It's based off of a friend of mine who's on Instagram and posts these really pretty pictures. You'll see her later on again. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. And this is our half-orc Bert, and he is awesome. And so I had to draw him. We actually, in our first session, had to go into a cave, and we have a lot of characters that can't see in the dark. So our more magically inclined character friends lit him up, basically, with a spell, and we could all see in the cave. So yay. That's why we're called the Glowing Nuts. Not because we said his nuts like to glow, but... these are just some shapes and doodles. I was testing out how to draw some crystals, and that's basically this page. It was practice for what you'll see on the next page, which is this one. On that side, there's like a princess with bubblegum. Nothing special, but this one I really, really love. I used rather cheap markers for these from the discount store, but I still really like them. I mean, they tore up the page a little bit, but I really like how this turned out. And then on the next page, there's another quote. This is actually one of my favorite quotes. Not all those who wander are lost. And yeah, I just really like it. And I got these at the same discount store. I got these acrylics that you could spray onto your page, so I tried that out on a piece of paper and then just stuck it in there with a quote on top. And I really liked how it turned out. And then there's a cactus, because like I already said, you cannot go wrong with cactuses or cacti. I don't know. I really like it. This is actually, these are lyrics to a song by Dodie Clark. Around the time that I put these in here, she had released a couple of new songs, and I tend to get obsessed with songs sometimes. Like, the lyrics will resonate with me, and they will stick in my head, and I just have to put them somewhere. And so I did, and I put them in this book. This is actually the first time I put them in this book, realizing that I could just, I don't have to draw things all the time. I can also just put things in here that are inspiring to me. Here's another quote. I do not remember what it was from. I didn't write down who said it or who wrote it, so there's that. I just really liked it. And then there's a girl on the other side, and I really like the color, so I did that. Talking about being obsessed by music, this is a portrait of Dodie Clark, of the look she was sporting in the video clip that was for the same song that I just put in there. And I really like the feel of the paper when you like put a little too much stress on it, like a little too much water and a little too much, like it was about to, tear, but it didn't, and I just really like how this one turned out. This sketch is also from the same video clip. Obsessed. And then I drew some succulents just to fill up the page. This is a design of a character that has been with me for like decades. I can say that now. There's at least 2 decades. It's a spider. As a kid, I used to have a spider as a pet. Yes, I know, that sounds ridiculous. He was really small, and he had 7 legs, and his name was Freddy. And he was really small. These were some sketches I did at Starbucks, Amsterdam. There's a balcony that you can sit on at the train station, and I was just looking at the other patrons at the store, and I was like, I'm gonna just practice sketching people that I see. So I did, and this was right after I saw Battle Angel Alita, which also really stuck with me for a while. You'll see more of her in the next couple of pages, and there's a little pupper. F in the chat. This is Sora. This was when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and I played it for like a day, and then I was like, nah, I'm cool. And then there's more Alita. This is a random cat. I like drawing cats sometimes to pass the time, and here I try to make a Komodo dragon, but, well, ended up with this. And there's cactus. This is when Billie Eilish dropped her album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? And once again, this is music that stuck with me for a while, so I had to draw about it. So I had this idea to put every single clip of hers or every single song on the album into art, and this is the first track on the album called Bad Guy, which you've probably heard by now. And I really like how this turned out. I like the hands. They don't usually work out well for me, but this time they did. Here's David Bowie, or Moira in her David Bowie skin. I'm not sure. Either one. You choose. And these are some Ditto, because I wanted to, mess around with some watercolors again. I hadn't done that in a pretty while, so that's that. And this is a dragon design I did based on a homebrew version of a dragon, a water dragon, I believe. And I like how this turned out. Another girl with curly hair. What a shocker. And on the other side there's a deer. I don't know what my plan was with this. Maybe make it a digital version. I don't know. I tested some colors here, and then this is a picture of all of the characters of my D&D group, the Glowing Nuts. This is my character Adrian, and then next to her is Lucius, her brother, and then there is that Sofa, and then Ellie and Relix, who's a druid who likes to hug trees. And then there's Bert in the bottom, and he's cool. And I really like how this turned out. Like, I like filling in stuff with like a solid color. These are some random sketches I did for some design ideas for shirts or prints based on D&D. And on the other side we have ideas for a mascot or a logo for our art collective called the Tiny Rososaurus Collective, which is just 3 Whittle dinos, and they're cute. And I actually made like a digital version of those, and also a watercolor painting. This is a random girl with a spider on her head, because sometimes you just have to draw that. And this is the bow. I think I drew this during our D&D session where my character obtained a new bow, and this is also from that same session where a character almost died and my character stepped through the flames heroically, but I rolled a natural 1, so I didn't actually hit the target. But it looked cool. Let's just say it looked cool. That's all that counts. This is also a moment from the same session where another character, our cleric, was badass and she turned away the wights or the undead, or I don't know. And this was an idea for a character because for some reason I was like, well, if someone needs a new character after this session, like, I have a tiefling. Here's some more lyrics of Dodie Clark because I am original and obsessed. And I got this pretty paper that I liked, so I put it in there because it was like, it looks cool. I'm just gonna put it in there. These are some sketches. New Pokemon were announced for Sword and Shield, so Wooloo, praise be upon him. It actually says here, these are sketches, I swear. Like I have to, I don't know, convince someone that they are, that they're allowed to be in this book. And at this point in time, I was like, it's okay to draw things that I don't like in here. On this page where it looks like it's empty, I used like these iridescent paints that you actually should be putting on top of colors, so you don't really see them. And on the other side, we were talking about what the Critical Role characters would do if they had normal jobs, and we decided that Jester would probably work at Dunkin' Donuts. So I drew that. And I really like Jester. These I love so much. I started playing World of Warcraft recently, and I really like alchemy and herbalism, and so I decided I'm gonna draw all the plants that you can find in World of Warcraft. Little did I know that there's a lot of them. So I did these, and I didn't do any more of them yet, but they will come eventually. And on the other side, I went to an island and there was a lighthouse and I drew it and I really like it. And then there was a face because you gotta draw them faces. Here's another random tiefling. She doesn't have a name. If someone wants to adopt her, let me know. And then there's Jester, my favorite tiefling. Yeah, I really like that one with the lollipop in the background. And then there's Not the Brave. I really like staring at this page. It's really cool. Here are some sketches of Pokemon trapped in little bottles, and I thought that was a cute idea for like prints or stickers or something. And then some more designs. Talk about being obsessed by music. Here's Taylor Swift. When she dropped her You Need to Calm Down video, I was instantly inspired once again, so I had to draw her. And so I did, and I really like the color combination of the hair, and I just love the aesthetic, and I really like it. I say that a lot, don't I? Moving on. Some more designs for stickers or buttons. And this is an outfit design for a original Wizard character. This was around the time that the Wizards Unite game came out, and I was hyped for like 3 seconds. Here's another dragon. I drew a lot of dragons around this time, and I really like this, and I was planning on filling it in with some color, but I was afraid I would ruin it, so I didn't. Here I revisited the idea of drawing Pokemon by memory, and so I did the most recent starters in the Alolan games, because those were fresh on my mind, I guess. And you can clearly see which one was my starter, because that one looks the most accurate, which was Poplio and the Primarina. Here's a pretty boy. He's an original character of a story I'm currently working on, and I really like his face. And this is some bird dragon, I guess. Here's a little bait. I really love the Dragon Prince series on Netflix, and I really love this character. I like how this drawing turned out. I like the colors, and I like the fact that I could potentially draw him again in several different colors schemes because he changes colors. Here's more World of Warcraft based sketches. This is Ashara, and I drew the one on the right first, and then I was like, well, I might as well draw her original form as well. And I really like how it turned out. another dragon sketchy, and then more finished dragon sketchy. Like I said, a lot of dragons. I really like the gold still. It's very shiny. There's a Vulpix and the dragon from the Dragon Prince. Sim. The Alolan Vulpix actually comes as a set with the normal Vulpix. Surprise. I was actually pretty impressed with myself for being able to draw the same thing twice. Almost exactly the same. And then, of course, there's a Murloc, because Murlocs are cool. I guess. This is Jaina Proudmoore, World of Warcraft. And then there are some song lyrics of the song I Don't Care by Ed Sheeran. Or Ashara. Again, with the filling the page with color, or black, I guess. I just really like the effect that it has. I like looking at this page. I really like it. These are some sketches of tieflings, because when you don't know what to draw, you draw tieflings. Apparently I did this day anyway. And this is a picture of my sister. We found an old picture of her of when she was like 5 or 4, and it looked like she didn't have a neck, so I had to draw that because it was funny. This is me trying to be funny by filling a page. I really didn't know what to draw at that point, and I was like, I want this page to be done. So I filled it with color, and then there's a Dragonborn character that I'm not really satisfied with just yet, so I might revisit that later. These are some random sketches I did at the Starbucks. And then this is a picture of my first original character, Maggie. She's been with me for a really long time, since I was like 14 or something, which is more than 10 years ago now. This is called Fable. I really like how this effect turned out. It just slammed some colors on the page until it like merged into this big blob of color. This is Wooloo, praise be upon him. He's really cute and I really like him, and I'm probably gonna draw more of him. This is a sketch I did based on a video clip from Blackpink. Yeah, this as well. And I really like the pop of color. That's all I have to say about that. These are some more ladies with wings, and then there's Queen Asarai from the Dragon Prince. I love me some braids. And a tiny little bait. This sketch I drew while we were at Greece by the beach. There was this really, really cute little boy. He was British, I think, and he was asking like, "Mommy, do you think the water's gonna be cold?" And I just had to draw it because I thought it was funny. And then on the other side, I have I saw like on Facebook someone was like did a test of like what would my rapper name be or something, and I was like, I'm gonna draw this person as a rapper, and so I did, and here it is. So surprise. Here you go. I don't think I showed them yet. Here's Lugia again, as promised. 2 different versions of him, and I really like how they turned out next to each other. I was reading the latest installment of the Miss Peregrine series at the time, so I drew Miss Peregrine, and then on the other side there's a character from the story I'm working on right now, which is based on the other dude that I showed earlier, but I couldn't find it, so you'll just have to deal with this. And then there's another character from Miss Peregrine, and then on the other side is a drawing of a friend of mine who posts these amazing pictures on Instagram, as mentioned, and I think there was a vague sketch earlier on, but this one I really like. Here the wind decided to blow my page into my markers, so I was like, okay, let's memorize this, like put this like little text by it. And then there's a character from the Miss Peregrine series again. And another one. I'm not obsessed. You're obsessed. On the other side, we have an outfit worn by Lady Gaga in her Telephone music video. And I added the lyrics to the song in the background, which I think adds a cool touch. This is based on Venus, the famous painting. And I really like it. Here are some flowers and a little whale and some sketches. Flowers are very, very relaxing to draw. Have I mentioned this already? This is another winged lady. I don't like it. I just don't. I do like this one. This is Sailor Moon. You can't go wrong with Sailor Moon. And then this was around the time that the trailer for the Mulan movie dropped, so I felt instantly inspired because it's one of my favorite Disney movies. And then I drew Luna, I think is its name, from Sailor Moon. This one's funny. This was on the plane ride back home from our vacation, and I was drawing a circle, and my boyfriend was like, you're drawing another face, aren't you? And then I was like, I'm going to spite him. I'm not going to draw another face, and I turned it into a flower. And then there's a cute little whale, and I tested some markers that I got, and that's that page. And then here is another painting of that same friend that I can't stop drawing because she posts these looks that are super inspiring. I did some tests of what I wanted the face to look like on the other page, and I ended up with this one, and I just loved it so much, so I stuck it in there. I'm really proud of this one. It's really nice. Here's my hipster owl. He's cute. There's a bit of an older drawing, it's like earlier on, but I had a space left, so I stuck it in here. And then this is based on a look I saw on Pinterest, and I wanted to add like 2 colors, so I did that. These are some little bosses, and then I just googled bird skulls and I went ham. And some more birds and the little lady. This is my hunter character in World of Warcraft. She's a troll and she has a really cute bat, so I had to draw that. Here's our favorite tiefling again, Jester, and then there's Yasha. I love Critical Role. And then to end things off, I have a sketch of Lady Gaga, which I added a pop of color to, and that is it. That's my sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed this really long sketchbook tour, and let me know if you're excited for seeing like an older sketchbook, because I have another one that's filled up and ready to go. Okay, bye.